Hello everybody and welcome. I am Anti-Pirate and today I am positively geeking out about cheaper Titan upgrades and the Evolife Bloom event. But let's start with those Titan upgrades right here. As you can see, I've got a spreadsheet up and a lot of people seem to approach Titans by trying to max out certain pieces of gear. But because of the way that these upgrades get more expensive, like any upgrade, and because of the way they synergize with each other, I don't find that to be the most efficient way to make my Titan more powerful. So I've got this spreadsheet where I've made like the calculation isn't that complicated. I've just kind of given each type of upgrade an assessment of how much more powerful it makes my Titans. So each time I upgrade a Retaliator, it increases my damage output by 0.5% because there's a 2% on the Retaliator, but I have 4 Retaliators. But it also increases my mitigation, so I added a little bit more on top of that. Upgrading a module that I only have 1 of, I still only have 3 premium modules, just the 2 plated armor kits and the 1 antimatter reactor. So increasing my antimatter reactor gives me a 1% increase in damage. Now, I could go a little bit more depth in the calculation there, but I decided not to. I'm trying to keep this simple. I really kind of want to make like a full spreadsheet where you can just fill in your item levels and it'd give you like exactly the numbers, but that would be a lot of work, and the upgrade cost reduction is happening right now. So I decided to just go with this much simplified version. So then when you have 2 mods, like I have 2 plated armor kits, you don't get as much because you're not benefiting. Percentage from one mod is not adding on the percentage of the other, are not multiplying by the percentage of the other. They're adding together. So because they're not multiplicative with each other, like the individual mods are multiplicative with the hull increases, I put that as a like 0.8%. And again, that's pretty approximate. So then I've got the hull. Now, when you go to the subsystems, you kind of have to average out what you get from every other level to kind of find out what the average is. This row right down here is cost. I put these cost things really high because just to make the value of those ones come out low, because I was kind of doing a running calculation of the various values of the individual upgrades, and I got to max on those particular categories. Then we have all the subsystems, and you kind of have to average out what you get across the 2 levels. Then you put the current cost and the cost minus 10% because, we're getting the 10% discount. And because they only subtract whole platinum off of that cost, doing that makes a certain amount of sense. And then we go down to the bottom here and we, basically take our value, divide it by our cost, and we get sort of how much we're getting for our platinum. And currently, the way it's set up, the next upgrade would be upgrading the hull again. But these are my calculations after I did. This generally is what this does, is that it causes me to spread the upgrades around, moving from one thing to another rather than maxing out a single thing. So, a list of all of the upgrades that I'm going to do, but while I execute this list, I'm just going to pop in to just my full thing. So my first upgrades, let's just start. I've got speed this up. My first several upgrades, I have anime reactor 4, 5, 6 times, and plated armor kit 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plated armor kit upgrades and 6 antimatter reactor upgrades. Let's just do that. We're going to upgrade the antimatter reactor 6 times. Oh, okay, that comes to the maximum way sooner than I thought. Maybe I had the wrong number in there for the cost when I started. That's okay, I was expecting to max this out anyways. So let's go back and do 4 on my plated armor kits. We do 4 on each of them. Obviously, they're of equal value, each upgrade on the same piece of gear. I must have been inputting the wrong numbers for the plated armor kit. For the antimatter reactor. That's okay, because I was going to max it out either way, because I only have 1. I'm not going to be upgrading the universal reactor. Obviously, you have a piece of gear that you aren't planning on continuing to use. It gets completely excluded from the calculations. So do not bother upgrading it at all. Okay, so then we've got 2 more, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. Oops, that's the 3D view. I'm going to do 3 upgrades on the retaliators from the level 10 ones. Only 2 on the level 12. No level 10 ones. So I generally just, spreading these upgrades around. A lot of people like, obviously if you have a kid and you want to upgrade your weapons before, you go buy a new one. You don't use it, you upgrade it. Evenly would be the approximate thing, but the values are a bit different. As you can see, I've maxed out my antimatter reactor. I haven't even come close to maxing out my weapons. Now, calculation gets a little bit complicated because you have mitigation on the weapons, but not on the reactor. But really, when it comes down to it, okay, so we're gonna get these plate armor kits up 4 more levels, and then, well, okay. Now we have to go down to the second line of my listed upgrades. I'm gonna do 2 of each, 3 of each, 4 of each. Oh, get 4 weapons and 5 plate armor kits. Well, no, I can't even have 5 plate armor upgrades left. I'm just gonna finish up max. I'm gonna max out these plate armor kits. So I still have plenty of. I don't know why I thought I had more upgrades left on these modules than I actually had. Now I can take a look at how many more retaliator upgrades I need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to do 5 more retaliator upgrades before I upgrade anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. And possibly 1, 2, 3. I'm running discounts on buying things, only on upgrading them, so I'm going to save the most platinum by doing it this way. And second of all, I still want to get that extra value from getting it from like event crates. Great is the hull, and then I'm actually at the end of what I calculated, so I'm going to have to calculate it live. So I'm going to upgrade my Titan and upgrade my hull once. But now, my next upgrades, list, my next upgrade on the 102, 108, 30. 102, 108, and 30, so that's a... that's something wrong. For the cost of the next upgrade, for the weapons, my next upgrade is 50. Oh, I don't have one here. Okay, I need more weapon upgrades. These, I probably shouldn't have done a hull upgrade, but okay, the extra value will be. I'm going to do 2 on each one for now. And 4. What's this? Still not going to put this in. Okay, so I'm going to do 3. 6. Oh, wait, I did wrong. What's this? 62. Now I'm completely off. Now I'm completely off of the speed table. Okay, so just look at the wrong number here. That's kind of funny. Okay, so the next upgrade is 6. Still high. So. Now the next one is 8. Yeah, still. And the next one is 60. I think I should put this in the range of the touchdown. Yes, now we can. Obviously, this is easy. Now the next hull upgrades. We're actually doing the core before we do the hull again, but we're gonna have to do at least. Ends out here. One more weapon upgrade. So I didn't go too far off with the weapons. It's not over 1,000 platinum. 5,000, nearly 5,000 platinum is quite a bit. And maybe we get back to the retaliators, so I'm just going about it really slow way. Okay, now I can upgrade my core and my hull. Oh, actually, I can do this again. Now I think, yeah, now I have to do this again. Yeah, now core and hull again. Core and then hull. Do that, core. And then hull. That's really core and hull again, okay. And I think that's pretty much out of platinum. So I'm going to do a little platinum over might put me in a position where I can use a few more of these upgrades. 6. Yeah, that's all. I can't afford any more. I can afford one more. No, I can't afford any more of these upgrades. All of these upgrades are out of my reach now. So that is that. My Nodens is now very close to maxed in all categories except its engine, which I just have a really hard time attributing much value to because of the ability damage being almost inconsequential. But now I'm almost maxed on my modules, well, maxed on my modules, almost maxed on my weapons, almost maxed on my hull and my core, and that's most of what I'm going to do for this particular upgrade discount. Now let's take a quick look here at the new event. Hey, it looks a lot like the old event, but it isn't. It's actually the new event. They need to push the I just need to push the new visuals, I guess. But let's look at this 100 crate. We've got the Jaeger and the new railguns, and then we've got Scorpion skin, a special edition Scorpion, Techno Atomizer, and Ash Skarsgård. These are all things that I'm interested in. I'm not as interested in these, though. I think Hawk with the railguns might actually be really good. And hey, if I get a Jaeger, I can show it off at least. And power cells. I'm going to be wanting to get some of those. Now, the other thing I've noticed is that there's no 300 crate. Only a 200 crate. And the 200 crate, this is interesting. So we finally have lots of options finally have a chance to get some microchips and some drones. And we have the cannibal reactor and the quantum sensor. I really would like to get Kyle Rogers. Nice thing here, there's actually the only thing that there's components for in here is Hawk. There's not components for anything but Hawk. So, and it's only 200, so the value proposition on this chest is actually pretty good if this is the kind of stuff you want. Obviously the way I see it, a phasing repairer is worth what? Like, well, not a phasing repairer, but just generally these tier 2 microchips, you're getting 3 of them. I'd say they're worth like, well, I mean, if one that you want is worth 150 gold, maybe one is worth like 100. I don't know. So it's like getting 300 gold, which is still kind of disappointing. Because, 600 gold is the... But, I mean, it's not the same as getting components, because you're actually getting something... Well, I mean, I guess it is kind of like getting components, isn't it? I mean, how much do we value a... Because really, I mean, unless you get something that you specifically want, you're just basically getting components for higher level microchips. So, I mean, it is kind of like getting components. So, microchips, they're the new components. But that's what is in the event. I'm going to probably be opening some of both chests because I've got stuff I want from both crates, and I know that there's probably something going on with increasing the chance of getting something good in the first few crates. But that's it for now. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, hit subscribe, join my Discord server, share, whatever you want to do. But really, subscribe. I want to get to 500 if you enjoyed it. But for now, I'm Andy Pirate, wishing you a good Titan upgrade rush, wishing you a good day, and signing off.